Welcome back for the first 2016 edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. I'm Chris Wright along with John Garlett from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Happy New Year, John.
Happy New Year, and it's 2016. It's just an amazing number to me.
I remember thinking, 2000, we'll get there eventually, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are. Yeah, we're 16 years after that.
And no flying cars and no alien visitors that we know of.
And we've got hoverboards, but they don't really hover, and they do catch on fire.
Yeah, that's a hot one. So I don't get it. It's just not the future that I thought we'd have when I was 10.
No, it's not. All right, well, let's talk about the here and now.
The here and now.
And what our viewers have done in the past week.
Yes, so we've got a new year with new numbers, and you guys have done a great job. We had 3 arrests last week to bring our total to 3,568 people since the start of this program.
All right, and that's, I think, about 300. It was over 300 for the year in 2015.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. It was a good year. And you know, that represents, each one of those represents a citizen in Calhoun County who said, you know what, I'm tired of the way things are, and I'm going to make an effort to change it. And they make a phone call, and they change the safety and security of the county.
All right, speaking of safety, by the way,
yes,
we've got a firearms safety course coming up that has gotten so much interest that we're actually having to move the venue to accommodate more people.
That's exactly right. And the Sheriff's Office does every quarter a civilian firearms class. It's free. Thursday night there's like a 2-hour classroom instruction. You learn about the law and what a handgun is and how to be safe about it. And then on Saturday we go to the range with your firearm, and our firearms instructors work individually with you to learn how to do that. In the past, you know, 10 people was what we were used to, and then over the last few years it's risen to 20, 30, and 60, and now this one, for this Thursday night, over 300 people are saying they're coming, and there's a bunch more, a few hundred more that are saying we're interested and may show up.
Wow.
So we're looking at 300 or 400 people in this class, so we had to go from our small classroom at the Sheriff's Office to the City Meeting Center, the Anniston City Meeting Center. So 6 o'clock Thursday, this Thursday, at the Anniston City Meeting Center. You don't have to make a reservation. You can just show up, especially now that we have all this room.
Hey, you
just
may be surprised. Maybe we won't have enough room.
And that's a good problem to have. We really believe in these classes. They're free. It's very informative to somebody who's never, maybe got a gun for Christmas, or maybe because of the way things are, you bought your mother a gun and you want her to learn what the laws are, what's the right thing to do, what's the wrong thing to do, and how to keep you safe. And it's important. An informed citizen is a safe citizen.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate about guns, gun safety, and who should have guns, who should not have guns, and what type of guns, and all this kind of thing. But what there's no debate about is, if you're going to own a gun, you need to know the laws and how to use it.
That's exactly right. You need to know what's right and what's wrong. You need to be safe with that weapon. It's dangerous, obviously a dangerous weapon, and you've got it in your house. How do you keep it safe, and what you can and can't do with it legally?
All right, well, that's coming up on Thursday night at the Anniston City Meeting Center. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Washington Anniston Coin Laundry on Quintard across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Washington Anniston Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate, a new Platinum Visa card, another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict,
alcoholic, meth-free,
a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
but now I am
Sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston Stroud with Family Links, and this is the Family Tip of the Week. A common struggle many of us parents go through is when we have to contend with a child who just doesn't think he's capable of learning his timetables, of reading an entire book, of passing the history test, of writing an essay. We say, just work harder, longer, focus, slow down, yet they still don't have faith in themselves. Why? Because they lack confidence. Why should they work harder, longer, slow down, or focus when they feel it's not possible? So what can we do to pull our children out of their academic funk and find a way to get their confidence back? The answer is to find them successes, somewhere, anywhere, and ride that wave to school success. The best way to help our children find their success is to help them identify their passions and strengths. What is it that they love to do? What drives them? What do they get out of bed for? These are their passions. What do they excel at? What do their friends tell them? I wish I could do that as well as you. What areas do their teachers spotlight as ones they can do well? These are their strengths. And when we identify our own children's passions and strengths, we need to give them opportunities to explore them. Your kid loves soccer? Well, get her on a soccer team. If he's drawn to animals, have him volunteer at an animal shelter. Business is something she's interested in? Well, teach her how to set up a lemonade stand or a jewelry making business. Whatever your child is excited about, there's probably a club, a group, an app, YouTube videos, or books to allow her to explore deeper. Our job as parents is to keep them excited about what they're already excited about and lead them to feel confident in that area, because once they do, they feel confidence in themselves as a person. Remember, as parents, let's find our children's strengths and passions. We need to give them opportunities to find confidence in themselves. And once they do, they will take on those areas in school that were once their 15-foot hoops and realize that they weren't as unattainable as they once thought. They'll start making progress in school, which is a slam dunk for everyone. For more family tips, please contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up on our lineup this week, Brandon Winningham. Mr. Winningham, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on Assault 3rd. And meet Heather Nelson. Miss Nelson, last known to be living in Ohatchee, she's wanted for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. And this is Rodney Metters. Mr. Metters, last known to be living in East Avoga, he's wanted for probation revocation on criminal trespass 3rd. And we'd like you to meet Travis Smelly. Miss Smelly, last known to be living in Oxford, he's wanted for probation violation on possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And this is Donesia Morris. Miss Morris, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on child support, the face of a deadbeat mom. And this is Elvis Finley. Mr. Finley, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation revocation for domestic violence 3rd, violation of domestic violence protection order. And last up for our first half, Bertram Carter. Mr. Carter, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a probation violation for a certain person forbidden to possess a pistol. And that's it for the first half of the lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. More bad guys coming up in just a few minutes. Of course, we'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show later on as well. Talk about some unsolved property crimes that we could use your help with. And we'll have our crazy criminal of the week at the end of the show. But John, this is the part of the show now where we like to bring somebody else in and talk about something positive.
Yep, the good stuff that's going on in the community. We like to reach out and bring people in that add to the life we live here in Calhoun County.
Jessica is with the United Way, and she does a few things at the United Way, but one of the things that you do, Jessica, right, is working with the Young Leaders Society.
Yes.
And that brings up an activity that's going to be occurring this Thursday.
Yes. Thursday from 11:30 to 1, we will be having our first YLS lunch meeting. In the past, we have done after-hours meetings, and they've been dinners with meet and mingles and stuff like that. But we decided that with the way families are changing, kids are in lots of athletics and sports after school, that we should move them to lunch meetings. People usually get an hour for lunch. They can slip away, and this just gives them a great opportunity to come mingle with other young professionals and hear a young professional speak to them and give them great leadership goals and tips of how to go back to their workplace and be that young leader.
All right, now John, notice you specifically saying young professionals. You and I are not invited.
Well, I was thinking what the definition of young would be, and then I decided it didn't matter.
Well, you can still come. We're not going to check your ID at the door. But
you're looking at the 20 to 40-year-old range
we're targeting
primarily, right?
21 to 40.
21 to 40. And specifically for this event that we've got coming up this Thursday, we already have a lot of people that have made reservations, so there's really only room for a couple more people to sign up.
We set the limit at 60. We're not going to turn people away, but that was our kind of ballpark number just so we knew how many to prepare for. But we have about 51 that have signed up as of this morning.
And specifically, they're coming, a lot of them just want to network with other young professionals, but the guest speaker that you've got is somebody that a lot of people are really interested to hear from.
This week we have Mayor Walter Maddox, that's the mayor of Tuscaloosa, and we're excited to hear him and some of the struggles and see how he overcame being a young mayor during the tornadoes that came through Tuscaloosa and just being a young mayor in today's world.
He really got trial by fire there as he got into mayor there. Did some good things. Tornado comes through and everything's challenged. John, I was in Tuscaloosa a couple of weeks ago, and it's hard to recognize parts of Tuscaloosa from when we used to go back in the day, especially, of course, where the tornado came through, and the rebuilding that they've done there is incredible, but also other areas.
Yeah, and I was there just after it all happened and worked with their incident response team a little bit, and I've heard the mayor talk about the challenges and the preparations they did getting ready to do that. One of the things was what we did for our county a couple of months ago when we went to the EMI Academy in Maryland. They had done that too, and it prepared their city, but that was the leadership that came from their mayor. And it's a great story. You'll love hearing him talk.
Yeah, we're excited about that. We're also hoping that we used to have monthly meetings, but now we're moving to quarterly. So we just meet once a quarter. We're going to have a different speaker. We're trying to get those, kind of big name speakers that we're not used to hearing. We've kind of heard our leaders around here, and they're all part of our group. So we're excited about pulling in those new leaders and hearing some new ideas.
Is there any specific topic that Mayor Maddox is going to be speaking on?
I don't think so. Just kind of explaining how to be a leader.
Well, he definitely has gone through that and has something to say.
Yes.
For sure, so we'll be interested in seeing that. So again, that's going to be happening Thursday at what time?
Thursday from 11:30 to 1 at the Oxford Civic Center.
All right, which is a great facility. If you haven't been down there since they remodeled that a while back, it's just really, again, something that's hard to recognize.
Yes, it's great. We're excited.
So how many people do you have involved in the Young Leaders Society now?
We have about 50 that are actively involved. That kind of number fluctuates, whether it be from our Read Across America that we help sponsor in the schools, Day of Action, and a lot of them are involved in different United Way aspects.
And to be a member of the YLS, everybody makes a commitment to actually serve some time every year, right?
Yes. With this new kind of direction we've gone with YLS, where membership requirements are to sponsor a child through Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which provides a free book to children from birth to 5 in their home. To sponsor a child for a year is $30. It's not a huge commitment, but it's a great impact we can make on kids. Different volunteer opportunities are any United Way committee, whether it be fundraising, be a loan executive within your company who helps coordinate that campaign within your company. Day of Action, we have a YLS fundraiser that we do every year. Anything like that. So there's plenty of opportunities to get involved and meet those membership requirements.
And John, I saw your eyebrow go up when I said serve some time. It's a different kind of serving time than what we do at the county jail.
Thankfully, yeah. We don't want our young professionals serving time in our jail,
no.
unless they deserve it.
There are probably some volunteer opportunities, aren't there?
Seriously, in the church ministry in our jail is the volunteer opportunities there. But I'm glad that we have young professionals that are volunteering and giving back to the community. That's what makes a community. It's not just that we live here and we work here, but that we give back in some way to build a community.
Now, Jessica, we've got to take a quick break, but while you're here, we're going to get some more information out of you as well, because I know a lot of folks getting ready to work on their taxes. She's got some good information if you are confused about taxes, which is pretty much everybody. So stick around. We'll be right back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict,
Alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
but now I am
sober,
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Mark Carroll. Mr. Carroll, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to pay child support. The face of a deadbeat dad. And meet Kelly Sombatoff. Mrs. Sombatoff, last known to be living in Alexandria. She's wanted for probation revocation on unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. And this is Bodie Brantley. Mr. Brantley, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for a probation violation on theft of property. First, take a look at Jonathan Williams. Mr. Williams, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for probation revocation on violation of domestic violence protection order ×2. Meet Danielle Nail. Miss Nail, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear on obstruction of justice by using a false ID. And this is Lindley Covington. Mr. Covington, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on receiving stolen property ×2. And last up in our lineup this week, Michael McClellan. Mr. McClellan, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on child support. We end with the face of a deadbeat dad. If you know the whereabouts of any of these folks, and we hope you do, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414.
All right, welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Crime Stoppers segment coming up in just a few minutes. Also our Crazy Criminal of the Week. But right now, Jessica is with us from the United Way. And Jessica, we were just talking about the Young Leaders Society, which is a great event coming up on Thursday with Mayor Maddox from Tuscaloosa coming in to speak. But also this time of the year, everybody's starting to think about something else that's a lot less fun, and that is taxes.
Yes. We have taken over the RSVP center that was it used to be in Jacksonville. They had to close their doors, and United Way has taken over that. And we've also taken over their tax assistance sites that they did, and we're very excited about that. We feel that those are very crucial to our community. We will have 3 different sites this year, one at our office in Anniston at the United Way office. There will be one in the basement of the Oxford Library and at City Hall in Weaver. So it gives different community members different options of where they can go to have their taxes done.
So what is the service here actually? is this free tax preparation, or is it help, or what are we doing?
It is free tax preparation. We have volunteers that are trained by the IRS that come in and they can e-file your taxes right there for you. So you don't have to try to find a computer and get that done. You can come in the office, bring all your stuff, and they will get it done for you.
That's pretty nice.
Yes. And it's available for the elderly, disabled, anyone under the $50,000 threshold.
I know I'm going to have a lot of trouble with my taxes this year, not because I've earned so much money, but just because I've earned it from so many different sources. I'm going to have 4 different W-2 forms this year. So
just remember to report all of those sources.
Yes, I do. I report all of them, and it hurts me to do it sometimes, but you've got to do that. But yeah, I pay a professional. It's definitely out of my league to be able to keep up with all of the tax implications that we have. We've got a little rental property, various jobs and all this, and I could probably do it, but to be able to do it and know confidently that I've done it right, it would take a lot more effort from me than it does from a professional. Yeah. And a lot of people don't have that opportunity, the funds available to go and hire that professional. So this service is really a godsend to a lot of people.
We hope that it can help people get their taxes done right so that they don't have issues. Just last year we had over 2,000 people that filed taxes through our tax assistance sites.
Wow.
It brought back over $1 million back to Calhoun County.
Very good.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Very
So
good.
you're bringing back more money to Calhoun County than our congressmen are, I think.
Yes.
We do what we can.
I don't mean that as an offense to anybody, please. But no, you're doing a great job. Now, you're not charging for the service, but say somebody gets a good tax return back, I'm sure the United Way would always be happy to accept a little donation out of that return.
We will be very grateful for any donation.
Do you have anybody that does that?
I don't think we did last year.
Really? Over $1 million and nobody stroked a $10 check?
We will be happy to take it, though.
That would be a good idea, don't you
think?
think?
You can add it to your tax return next year.
A lot of people, they'll do their taxes, and a lot of people are capable of filling the form out and returning it and having something done to where they're not going to be in a legal problem. But they're probably not getting back what they deserve.
Right.
A lot of them. Some of them are, but a lot of them probably aren't. Or they may just not have the confidence that they are, or the confidence that, hey, maybe I should have been paying something extra and I just don't know.
Right.
That confidence means a lot.
Yes. Okay. And that's what, having those volunteers that are trained by the IRS, we know for sure that they're getting that money back that they deserve to get back, and that it's not just floating out there and nobody's getting it back.
I know that sometimes I've had things looked at where I used to do my own taxes, and then I got someone else to do it for me, and they actually went back and looked at previous years, and I got a little bit of extra money coming back from that. Do you do previous years, or is this just for the current year that they're working on?
I believe it's just for the current year. Mm-hmm. Just so we don't have to go back and try to find all that stuff.
But even with that, when you get somebody that knows what they're doing, John, a lot of times we work with a professional on something, and after we've been trying it ourselves, now we know a little bit more about what we should have done. You might be able to go back yourself and find that.
Yeah, and they will start the end of January. We've already had people calling the office wanting to know when will the volunteers be there to start our taxes, and they will be there probably the last week in January is when they'll really get started.
And again, the locations where this is going to happen?
The locations will be at the United Way office in Anniston, the basement of the Oxford Library, and Weaver City Hall.
Okay. All right. So, John, you pay taxes this year?
I am paying taxes this year, no doubt. Yeah, I always pay taxes. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Of course, I changed accounting providers who did my taxes for me, and I had one of those experiences where they looked back at my old tax returns and they said, if you'd have changed earlier, we could have fixed this for you. It's like, thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, that helped.
It is one of the most confusing and frustrating things that all of us deal with in this country and other countries as well. So if you are one of those people that qualifies and you need a little bit of help, just let the United Way help out with that. And again, who is it that qualifies?
Anyone under $50,000, elderly or disabled.
Okay, very good. All right, we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the Crazy Criminal of the Week and our Crime Stoppers segment for this week.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict,
Alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
but now I am
sober,
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Washington Anderson Coin Laundry on Quintard, across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Washington Anderson Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to put on your deer stalkers and help our investigators with these cases. First up this week, between December 27th and December 28th, this residence on Armstrong Street in Anniston was broken into. They got away with assorted magazines for firearms. And sometime on December 28th, this residence on McLean Drive in Oxford was broken into. They got away with clothing and electronics. Last up on your caseload on January 1st of this year, this residence on Piedmont Jacksonville Road in Piedmont was burglarized. They got away with a television, a DVD player, and a Nintendo DS. So if you know anything about these cases, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
John, I believe one of the favorite apps at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office is Snapchat, right? No?
No. Don't give any of our young deputies that idea.
Well, sometimes it can work in your favor. For example, Victor Almanza Martinez, he was one of the perpetrators, 3 men who walked up to a car, forced the 4 people inside out at gunpoint, and they robbed the victims. And this 18-year-old exchanged Snapchat handles with a female victim and took a selfie with her.
Oh, hey.
And then he thought it would be a good idea to send that picture to her.
Excellent.
You know, it's on Snapchat, so it's immediately gone, right? No
That's right.
evidence.
Yes.
Unless you just take a screenshot. And now she's got the picture to show to the police officers.
It was this guy. Yeah.
So,
hashtag got him. Hashtag.
We do not encourage Snapchat for our kids. We do encourage Snapchat for our criminals. Just go ahead and snap away, send those pictures of yourself, the selfies, to your victims or directly to the sheriff's office.
Sure, or do a YouTube video of your crime, because everybody wants to see it. We'd love to see it.
It would be a shame to commit something like that and not have a historical record.
Absolutely. You might get an Academy Award or a Crazy Criminal Trophy.
That's what we need. We need to make some crazy criminal trophies and start handing those out.
We have some. They're little bracelets.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right. Well, we are out of time. If you missed part of the show this week, you can go on to the Facebook page and you can see the lineup that we have for this week, and also the Crime Stopper segment there. We've got a video for that, which will be posted tomorrow. And you can also watch this show on demand at tv24.tv. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.